I tried to tell y'all all season. Did I not? Ohio State fans won't even text me back. Of course. And ever since I started talking sports on social media, they always ghost me. I told people all season that I'm not even gonna bring Alabama in this. But this about Ohio State. But I told people about Alabama though. I already got them. I already got them. At the LSU. This is about Ohio State, and I told people all season, Ohio State was way overrated and hyped up for no reason at all. They thought that C.J. Stroud, who refused to run, was just gonna take over and dominate. I was like, these Marvin Harrison Jr. monster. Hey. But I said, JSN went down his rep. JSN, that's tough. But Mika, he good. But Julian Fleming has done nothing. All these 55 Ohio State wide receivers, 55 five-star wide receivers Ohio State got. And they still out here struggling to score points versus good or elite defenses. As I predicted, like last year, I said it all season, Ohio State offense was getting all this hype, but they didn't score 30 on Oregon, Michigan, Nebraska, and Penn State. And it could have been another team, but I don't even know. But it was getting all this hype in the offseason. Then, I said it, I was like, Notre Dame wasn't good. They struggled against them when they were supposed to come out smoking. They were supposed to come out smoking versus Notre Dame. And they looked flat. Then fast forward, they played Arkansas State and Toledo and all these, and just kept on beating these sorry teams. Then Georgia had, a struggle against Kansas State, and, Missouri, and Alabama struggled against Tennessee. Everybody's like, Ohio State, the most complete team. Joel Klatt, he was on that, all that, Kirk Herbstreit, of course. All these dudes, Zach Smith at Minister Sports, who hasn't tested me back yet. He don't know what him and Chris Drew probably drinking up the storm right now. I know they're sick and they gonna hate me now, cause I'm finna turn it up. I'm finna turn up in that comment section. He paid me my $50. He did pay me my $50. Salute to him. Man, congrats on Michigan. I had Ohio State winning 37-20. I didn't think that they was gonna lose. Jalen McCarthy first big game like this. Penn State was a big game, but he had that at home. But this the biggest game. Against Ohio State team, I thought, I fell into it. I fell into the media. I fell into the clickbait. With the C.J. Stroud, Heisman, and all that. I fell into it. I did. I usually say I don't do that. But I didn't really fall into it because I said Georgia was gonna beat Ohio State by like double digits if they played. But Michigan beat us to it. But let's talk about the game. Like, first, Michigan came out. At first, I thought Ohio State came out hot. Let's go like 10-3. Looked like they were finna run away with it. Then I think the big play, when the dude, the short comeback route, he missed the tackle and the big run. I was like, no. Then all these blown coverages, like tight end had a blown touchdown, Cornelius Johnson had a day, blown coverage after blown coverage. And I try to tell, like, if JT didn't have that monster game versus Penn State would probably have beaten Ohio State too. But even though I know he's on the team, so he gotta do it. Ohio State went out and recruited him, so that's what it is. But and Maryland was right there. Like Maryland O-line. Like Maryland O-line is horrible. Like it was right there, and that's the thing. Like Ohio State fumbled hard. Like they had so many recruits there. Like they had like Caleb Dines, Damon Wilson, who now probably finna go to Georgia. You know, they had a lot of big boy names there. I mean, of course, it's the biggest game of the week in the year. And now, since it was 2-3, it was Georgia, but then Georgia had a 4 hours, and that game right there. So, and to come out there and get embarrassed, like you didn't lose. I said it. I was like, Ohio State can't afford to lose this game. And they definitely can't afford to lose by double digits because they're at home. And they're going to get penalized more because they're at home. But I said Michigan could lose a close game, because they're away. But they can't get dominated. And what do I know? Ohio State get beat by 22 at home in a game that they swear that they had circled all year. In the game they had circled all year. They talking about, we was ready for this game and this and that and this and that. You feel me? Like, come on, man. Like, y'all swore this. Y'all was so ready for this game, and to come out at home in front of all these people watching, including me, LeBron James, LeBron James' mama. Like, come on, man. Like, you had a full house, and you get embarrassed. You the Heisman, let's say, front runner. He didn't have a Heisman pick. He didn't take over a game. And I said it. I said Ohio State would not win the national championship with C.J. Stroud. And people slandered me all season. And I tried to warn y'all. And Ohio State fans, please check in with me. Michigan fans, check in with me. Define Ohio State fans for me. But even Michigan fans can't talk because y'all, a lot of y'all haven't texted me back since last year. And it's a whole other year, basically, in December. So nonetheless, Ohio State, y'all was so focused on Georgia and national championship with Alabama, I should say, that y'all couldn't even handle Michigan. Y'all didn't even handle Michigan. And y'all, and a lot of times y'all say, Georgia this, Georgia that, Georgia offense, sorry, Georgia offense average. And like I said, Ohio State defense will make a Georgia offense look elite. You feel me? And, man, if y'all could see these comments, like, I would be here all day if I could post all the stupid comments that Ohio State fans or other fan bases were saying about Ohio State. It was Ohio State, the most complete team to beat Georgia this. They got the best chance to win national championship. And they can't even handle Michigan. I'm not saying Michigan is a sorry team. Michigan, very good team. But I think if Georgia and Michigan played, Georgia would beat Michigan 33 to 17. You feel me? Honestly, at least 33 to 21 or 20. Nonetheless, though, like, that was embarrassing. Like, Blake Corum didn't even play, barely. And dude, Donovan Edwards was limping around. And he had 2-3 big runs and a long touchdown that put the game out of reach. Like, that was embarrassing. That game was 2 times worse than last year's game. I thought it couldn't get no worse. And y'all proved me wrong. Y'all proved me wrong that y'all could be worse than last year going into this game. Like last year, I was like, man, it was cold. And that's the thing, like last year, Ohio State fans, like, all I was like, Ohio State fans, it's a fluke. That's the first win Michigan had in so long. Ohio State was a young team. This year, we got C.J. Stroud coming back. The Heisman won the first pick. He gonna do this. We gonna beat. They coming to us. Michigan not gonna be ready. Ohio State, we gonna beat Michigan by 20, 30 points at home. And y'all embarrassed y'allself. Now, at first it was a fluke, and y'all overlooked it. Y'all say, it was a fluke, and like with Georgia winning that championship and all that, Texas A&M be Alabama. Y'all thought that it was just one of those years, but now this is reality. That wasn't a fluke. That's just who y'all is. That's just who y'all team is. I told y'all this, that all that, them passing stacks and passing touchdowns, receiving yards, receiving touchdowns, talented wide receivers, talented quarterbacks, don't mean nothing if you're not a complete team. And I was like, Ohio State fans bragging about how improved the defense was. I'm like, did y'all check the teams y'all played? Like, you look at them offenses. Iowa, India, like, I ain't gonna say Indiana offense, they're a little post, but either way, as a team, they sorry. Either way, they playing all these sorry offenses, and Notre Dame offense horrible. I'm like, y'all offense is good, but I said it wasn't just scary. It could be scary, on a good day, but I knew that. I was like, man. You feel me? C.J. Stroud, he don't scare me. I like C.J. Stroud don't scare me. And the Ohio State fans like, oh, he would shred Georgia defense. How he don't run? You gotta run to beat Georgia. Like, you gotta be willing to take a big hit to beat Georgia. And the only thing I'm holding back. I'm trying to, cut a little slack for the fact that Ohio State can still make the playoffs. And how is that? I mean, TCU in, even if they lose the Big 12 championship, they in the playoffs. But, Georgia, Michigan, TCU good. But now that Clemson folded versus South Carolina, now it's USC. USC is the only hope. USC controls. USC, please, I might make a USC video. I was gonna make this. USC, please don't fold. I don't want to see Ohio State in the playoffs playing Georgia in the first round in Atlanta. I don't want them to make the playoffs. I don't want to see them. Now, I ain't gonna say I'm scared. I don't even want them to get a chance to have some crazy shenanigans type game and play in the national championship after getting embarrassed at home like that. You feel me? And USC, Lincoln Riley, please, I don't care if you gotta win by 1 point, 2 points, or 50 points. Win the Pac-12 and play Georgia in the first round, then get beat by 50 points. Don't play Oregon in the conference championship and choke. Please. I don't want to see Ohio State in the playoffs because that's a good chance to happen. LSU lost, so that 5, Georgia slipped up and lost that game. LSU done for. They got 3 losses to an unranked team at that. Clemson not. They lost to an unranked South Carolina team. Who I said it, man. I'm the one that should have these subscribers. All these dudes be clowns. And y'all be listening to them, but y'all won't listen to me. And I be spitting facts. Go back and look. I said it. South Carolina was going to beat Tennessee and beat Clemson. And I got like 81 viewers on the video. It's all good, though. I ain't hating on nobody grind. Some people get it different ways. But come on, man. Show your boy some love, man. I be spitting facts, man. And like, I'm gonna get done one day, hopefully, But yeah, man, Ohio State, stop hyping them up. It's gotta stop. Last year Ohio State got all the hype. Got pushed in by Oregon. Got all the hype about them being the best team after they did what they did to Michigan State just to get pushed around by Michigan. It's rinse and repeat. All season was Ohio State was going to win national championship. Granted, they still can. It's all on USC. USC, all spotlight is on University of Southern California, Caleb Williams and Lincoln Riley. Because if they win out, Ohio State is out the playoffs. If they lose, Ohio State is in the playoffs. But Southern Cal better not do me like this, dog. And depending on and relying on Pac-12 teams, as Oregon just choked a lead to Oregon State, it was 31-10, I think, 28 to 10. I can't even remember. They just choked the lead, and it's like Oregon back then when they had one loss and they lost to Arizona State and then blew out Utah. Man, it's like, man, the Pac-12, you can't depend on the Pac-12. So USC, please, if y'all don't do nothing else, please win out, make the playoffs, and keep Ohio State out of the playoffs so these fans won't talk crazy again this offseason. And I don't even want them to get a chance to play Georgia, because I want them to be quiet. I want them to shut up. Ohio State fans by far the most delusional and worst fan base, and y'all needed this, and I'm happy. Yes, sir. Anyway, I'm finna get some game, man. That's just my little rant, I don't know if I should do an SEC championship preview. I might. But it ain't even fun no more since LSU fumbled the ball, literally. Jaden Daniels. That was horrible. I don't know what. That was the nice play on defense, but dog, I knew that was game. When he fumbled that, I was like, LSU offense not built to come back like that. Either way, I might do a preview. Kentucky smacked Louisville. South Carolina beat Clemson, choked the lead too at home. They don't happen. South Carolina came back and won the game. Kansas State beat Kansas. USC beat Notre Dame, of course. Michigan dominated Ohio State. The Ohio State, my fault. Trying to think of Alabama beat Auburn. I think that's the main games. I think Penn State beat Michigan State out here. Colorado got straight humiliated by Utah. Nonetheless, that's tough. RP Ohio State, USC, y'all got one job only. Y'all better not lose a game. Y'all better not lose. I better not see Ohio State in this playoffs this year. Next year, okay. 2027, okay. 2045, okay. I better not see them in this playoff this year. I'm gonna go to California. I'm gonna come to California and slap some people around. Because y'all might see me there anyway in the national championship.